I haven't had the time or patience to sit down and play a role-playing game. I wasn't willing to invest hours in a story and the characters I wouldn't even care about, or a battle system that was overly complicated just to say it was different or innovative. But there was something different about Child of Light. Maybe it was the storybook art style or the unexpectedly memorable music. I'm not sure and I don't really care. But I am glad I gave this game a shot. Like I said earlier, this is an RPG, and as with any RPG, I believe there are three major things that need to be on point in order for them to be good. And the first thing is story. In Child of Light, you play as the charming Aurora, a young duchess who at the very beginning of the game falls into a slumber, but somehow awakens in the magical land of Lumeria. She has to get back to her world, but before she can do that, she has to return the light to the land of Lumeria by defeating the Dark Queen, who has taken the sun, the moon, and the stars for her own. Along the way, Aurora meets a ragtag group of individuals who have their own motivations for joining the party. The first of whom is literally a beacon of light named Nicholas, who can be controlled by a second character or the right thumbstick, and plays a major role in battles, but more on that later. Sticking with the fairy tale theme of the visuals, all dialogue is spoken in rhyme, which I really didn't mind so much. I actually enjoyed having my teammates chatting with each other while I explored the dungeons and traveled the lands. The settings were gorgeous and were not only fun to traverse, but rewarded me with power-ups and challenged me with little puzzles scattered throughout. I mean, let's be real, who doesn't want to fly? The second thing that really has to be on point in RPGs is the combat system, and this is where Child of Light, forgive me, truly shines. There are no random battles here. Every enemy you fight can be seen beforehand and avoided if wished, except of course for your boss battles. To add to that, players can use Nicholas to blind enemies in their way to either pass them or ambush them before heading into battle, giving them an advantage. Now listen up, because this is important, and I love explaining the battle system in this game. Now you see that status bar at the bottom of the battle screen? This is where you'll be spending a lot of energy. Each character is represented by an icon that moves along the length of the bar. When one of your two characters' icon reaches the end of that weight bar, you can then decide what you'd like them to do. Attack, defend, swap characters, use items, etc., so on and so forth. Each move has a weight or a cast time attached to it. It could be instant, short, long, very long. Oftentimes the length varies on the strength of the move. That time will determine how fast the character icon will move along the cast bar. If anyone, your characters or any enemies, is hit while their icon is in that red cast portion of the status bar, then their cast is cancelled and they'll be knocked back into the weight portion, missing out on their attack. This simple concept makes for some intense battles. Players can control the Nicholas in battle to either slowly heal their characters or to blind and slow down enemies as they wait and cast spells to give them the advantage. There's nothing quite like continuously interrupting an enemy and winning a battle without taking any damage. Child of Light covers the bases pretty well with their story and battle system, but it doesn't stop there. The music is surprisingly catchy. Instead of being annoyed by it, I find myself humming along and enjoying it. The skill tree isn't as customizable, but rewarding as you continuously upgrade your spells and techniques. The third thing that has to be on point in an RPG is something I like to call auxiliaries, or anything that provides additional help or support in the game. In this case, it comes in the form of oculi crafting. Child of Light gives players the ability to craft gems that can give their characters elemental bonuses in battle. I personally spend a lot of time mixing and matching different oculi to set my team up with the best equipment. Overall, the word that sticks out to me most when I'm talking about Child of Light is simplicity. There isn't anything overly complicated about this game, and that works well for it. From the stellar visuals to the battle system and the story, Child of Light stands out as a true work of art. I highly advise checking this game out. No excuses, it's available on every platform. Go through whatever service you have and download this game. You won't be disappointed.